The entire open plan office went dead silent when my director slammed her hand onto my desk, declaring loudly that I was nothing more than dead weight to this company. She gave me exactly 60 minutes to pack up 5 years of my work. Leaning against the doorframe with a satisfaction that made her eyes gleam as she waited for me to burst into tears. Dozens of my colleagues stared at their screens, terrified to look up or defend me, while she watched me silently place my mug and notebook into a cardboard box. What my director failed to realize as she smirked at my downfall was that I was not just another low-level employee she could discard. Because the holding company that acquired this firm yesterday belongs entirely to me, and tomorrow morning I am walking into the board meeting as her new boss. I spent 6 years working undercover as a mid-level analyst at Apex Innovations, a company founded by my late father before it was absorbed into a larger corporate conglomerate. When my father passed away, he left me 80% of the parent company shares. But he also left me with a crucial piece of advice. He told me that if I ever wanted to truly lead a company, I had to understand how it treated its lowest paid employees when no executives were watching. So, I took a fake surname, applied through the front door, and sat in a dim corner cubicle for years, gathering data on company culture and workplace efficiency. Most of my coworkers were hardworking, passionate people who just wanted to support their families. But the regional director, Victoria, was a tyrant who ran the floor on fear, public humiliation, and stealing credit for her subordinates' work. For months, Victoria had been taking my financial forecasts, stripping my name from the headers, and presenting them directly to the board as her own brilliant insights. I allowed it to happen because I was building a comprehensive audit report on management misconduct to prepare for the day I stepped into the CEO position. Yesterday afternoon, however, Victoria suffered a major panic when a critical acquisition report had a missing projection variable, a mistake caused by her own rushed edits. Instead of taking accountability, she sprinted out of her corner office, walked directly to my desk, and made a public spectacle of me to shift the blame. She raised her voice so the entire floor of 50 people could hear, claiming my incompetence was costing the business millions, and that she was personally cutting the dead weight to save the team. She stood over me with her arms crossed, tapping her foot and smiling while I packed my personal items into a small cardboard box. I did not argue, I did not cry, and I did not try to explain that the error was on the master sheet she had personally edited an hour prior. I simply looked her dead in the eye, tucked my notebook under my arm, and walked out the glass doors into the elevator. Victoria thought she had just eliminated her silent fall guy, but as soon as the elevator doors closed, I pulled out my personal phone and called the corporate legal head. I instructed them to finalize the transition paperwork immediately and schedule an emergency managerial review meeting for 8 o'clock the very next morning. When I arrived at the building the next morning, I was not wearing my usual modest office attire, but a tailored dark suit, accompanied by 2 corporate lawyers and the head of human resources. Victoria was standing in the lobby, holding her morning coffee, chatting arrogantly with the senior management team about how much smoother the office would run without useless employees like me. As I walked past the security gates, without scanning a visitor badge, her smile instantly vanished, replaced by an expression of pure rage as she stepped forward to confront me for trespassing. She raised her voice to tell security to escort me out, but before she could finish her sentence, the head of HR stepped between us and handed her an official executive folder containing the new corporate leadership registry. Victoria opened the folder, and her face drained of all color as her eyes landed on my real name listed at the very top as the majority owner and incoming chief executive officer. The room went completely still as I looked at her, handed her a plain white envelope, and told her she had exactly 60 minutes to clear her things out of the corner office before security escorted her off the property.